My name is Adrian Hawkins. My title is Senior Oncology Sales Specialist with Novartis Oncology. My job as a Senior Oncology Sales Specialist is to basically win for the patient. And when I say win for the patient, my job is to go into my territory, which is New York City, the Manhattan territory, actually Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Northern New Jersey, and I visit hospitals, doctors' offices, selling them my product. And when I say selling the product, basically a sell is when a physician for the appropriate patient writes your product. Two products that I have, one is for kidney cancer and the other is for carcinoid tumors. A typical day on my job is to leave my home early in the morning and to drive into New York City, expecting to sit in at least 1 hour of traffic, going to tumor boards, which are conferences in which nurses, doctors attend to discuss tumor cases, difficult tumor cases, also doing lunches, also doing dinners with healthcare professionals. So a typical day can go anywhere from 8 in the morning to like this evening. I'll get home probably about 10:30, 11 due to a dinner tonight. So typical day can be 8:30 to 11 o'clock in the evening. Okay, in terms of my career path, I would say that it was very untypical. My education was BS Computer Science from Kean University. I did internships, 3 internships with Ciba Geigy, now Novartis, being my 3rd internship. My first internship was AT&T through the Urban League in Newark. Second internship was the Washington Center internship on Capitol Hill. And then I went from there on to my 3rd internship, Ciba Geigy. These were all IT-related internships. I started that internship, in the summer, and they actually kept me on. Everything that I did with the job was to their liking, so they asked me to stay on. Once I graduated, they asked me to come on board full time. So I remained in the IT department within marketing, dealing with product management, market research, and dealing with the field, in which right now I'm in the field. In '97, I transitioned from IT to sales, which is very untypical. And the reason that's untypical is because IT professionals are a lot of times very introverted. Salespeople are extroverted. So, quote unquote, you have the IT people for the most part, myth at IT geeks, transitioning from that over to sales was very untypical, but I would have to say that I was very successful in doing so. Okay, so the aha moment that I would like to discuss, at least the first one, is again, as I described, transitioning from IT to sales. That's very untypical. And a lot of my colleagues thought that I would not succeed in terms of transitioning from IT to sales. But the very first year in sales, I won President's Club, in which President's Club is top sales within your region and actually top sales in the nation. So I succeeded that within my very first year. So that's my first aha moment. Second aha moment is, again, myself as an intern and myself being mentored by a lot of individuals. I love to mentor students myself, and I've spearheaded a number of programs in terms of mentoring, and I was rewarded with a CEO D&I Diversity and Inclusion Award for the great work that was done with this program. So that was my second aha moment, because if you can give back and be rewarded for that, that was definitely a moment of inspiration for me. In terms of expectations and the realities, it's definitely expect the unexpected, and that's on a daily basis. When I'm going into the territory, traffic, expect the traffic, expect accidents. If you do that, then you kind of free yourself of surprises. You may think that when I visit some of these offices, a lot of times I think that I'm going to have 15, 20 minutes with a physician. Sometimes that turns out to be 30 seconds. And when we have those 30-second moments with physicians, we are trained to give a detail. We are trained to get our message across to the physicians within those 30 seconds. So within our marketing brochures, if that moment presents itself as 30 seconds and not the 15 minutes that you think that you're going to get, we have the marketing brochures, and we can utilize those brochures to get our message across within that 30 seconds. The favorite part of my job is dealing with people. I love dealing with people. From a respect, trust standpoint, I seem to do very, very well there. And myself being able to utilize the respect and trust that I've gained with my customers and colleagues, and to turn around and have this now as my job is a win-win. For myself, it's a win-win. For my colleagues, it's a win-win for my customers, and I really love dealing with people. In terms of selling, we are out there to win for the patient. In the end, when the doctor writes a prescription for that particular patient, we now know that the patient is going to benefit from our drug. That's the win-win. That's satisfaction to me, to know that that particular patient will win. And again, our motto is to win for the patient. Key skills that are needed for the job: number 1, communication; number 2, being entrepreneurial; number 3, analytical; lastly, aspire to succeed on a daily basis. Advice that I would give to the students are what I call the 3 C's, and I love dealing with students. I love mentoring students. Number 1, communication, which is critical, especially today. You have email, you have text messaging, as well as verbal. Number 2 is character. And when I say character, this goes back to being trusted, being respected, and gaining this with either your customers and or your colleagues. Lastly, commitment. Commitment is definitely key. You have to be, especially as a salesperson, leaving from your home on a daily basis with no manager there to get you out of bed. You have to be committed on a daily basis to go into New York City, knowing that you're going to sit in traffic, knowing that your day could be 12, 13 hours. You have to be committed to go see your customers and just do what you have to do on a daily basis. One last piece of advice that I would like to give is dare to dream. It all starts with a dream, and it starts by believing. So believe, conceive, achieve.
Terrific.